Hey everybody, it's Captain Kyle and I'm here with a new Transformers toy review. This time it's the Reconnaissance Team 3-pack known as Refraktor. Refraktor? Who the f is Refraktor? I mean, honestly, it's Reflector. I'm not gonna call him Refraktor. What are you gonna call him? Survey, right there. And joining me today we have Penny, who is very fascinated with this box. Now I just got this today, I haven't even opened it, so ooh. And it's a really cool looking box. It's got this cool lens thing on the front. It's a square, it kind of shows pictures on the back, talks about this reflector guy. It's got some neat holographic stuff. Now, from what I understand, this was supposed to be a Hascon 2019 exclusive. That's been postponed. Who knows when that's gonna happen. Now, you might be familiar with this guy. This guy is Reflector. If you buy 3 of these, which I bought 1, I'm gonna buy another 2 soon, you can actually make him into the camera. Otherwise, he turns into this weird spaceship gun thing. I don't know, it's weird. But this exclusive is actually reminiscent of the toy of Reflector, the Mailaway. Now, Reflector in the cartoon was in charge of spying, reconnaissance. Sometimes he teamed up with Soundwave. He also had a 4th component, which was supposed to be like a generic Decepticon warrior, who ended up getting sent to Cybertron. As he was being phased out, they came out with a toy. The toy was originally a Microman toy, but they just redid it as Reflector, and it was a mail away. You had some robot points, a little bit of cash, and you could get him. Didn't look exactly like in the show. Now, the reason he was even in the show is because the Decepticons were actually very outnumbered. But there wasn't a toy until the Mailaway figure, and this is made in that style. And let's open him up. Now, the original, as this one is supposed to be, had 3 robots that became Reflector. The 3 robots were Spectro, Viewfinder, and Spyglass. And they were pretty cool toys. Now, opening up the box, we have instructions. Apparently he also has a camera stand, a tripod. Cool. It has a cool cover with Megatron, apparently. I don't know why Megatron. Because I am the leader. And then you open it up and it's covered in plastic. And it comes with a bonus, Kremzeek. Not as large as he was in Japan, but a cool extra figure. Kremzeek. So the box again is pretty cool. I took out the camera. Here's the camera and the cat. And it still has a nice backdrop area in there. Not that you can see it very easily through this front lens. So it does say Refraktor here. Hopefully it'll have repro labels to say Reflector. It comes with guns. They all look the same. The original Mailaway had 3 different style guns, but that's not the case here. It is only held in by this one twisty tie thing. We'll make short work of that. Correction, 2 twisty tie things. And every cat in the house may be eventually in this video. So in camera mode, very cool. And I already see on the back that there's the different colors, has a telephoto lens. Now the instruction book actually not only shows how to put them on the stand, which apparently is created by putting the 3 guns together and taking one of these little button things, putting it on top of the tripod, and then sticking it into the hole in the bottom of the camera. Pretty cool and a nice way to display your Reflector in camera mode without misplacing the guns. So taking it off the tripod, removing the telephoto lens, removing the flash, which just goes into the foot with this post, and taking off this, I don't know exactly what they call it, but it has what looks like a foot that you can put things like flashes and microphones and stuff on. It's pretty cool with the detailing, and it pops right apart. And now these guys just pull apart. It's actually very similar to the original. Now, as you can see, I haven't taken this one out of the box, so I'm just gonna figure out how to transform these. They don't look too difficult. So you fold back the legs, you spread them apart, bring around the arms, flip up the head, flip out the fists, and there you have him. Viewfinder. Put the gun in his hand, and he's ready to fight. Now what's interesting about the Spectro piece is that he actually has some kibble that pops off that even makes it more of a camera. So it's got the button the controls so you can change the exposure and stuff like that. But the robot, as you could imagine, transforms the exact same way. And finally, Spyglass. Now, Viewfinder and Spyglass are very similar in coloration, though there are some differences. The arms on Viewfinder are gray instead of blue. The chest is a little bit differently colored. And of course, Spectro is actually red, but it's very cool for army building. Now, when you compare these guys to the regular SIEGE General Store release version of Reflector, this one is much more purple instead of blue. Actually, I think he's more accurate to the cartoon version of the character. And of course, in the cartoon, all three robots of Reflector were the exact same color. They looked very similar. One had a lens, the others didn't. And looking at how these guys combine, you can take off the extra little lenses. So I do definitely recommend still getting the general release 3 of these. But this is definitely a great homage to the original Mailaway robot point requiring version of Reflector that came from the Microman line. And since they all have the same mold, you can actually swap this one in if you want, and they can all change into the weird looking spaceship thing. So you can have an armada, not Transformers Armada, that's totally different. Of course, you would need to split apart the telephoto lens. Now the extra bits, you can actually attach the pieces of the camera to Viewfinder, and that makes him look a lot more like the original robot. The pieces of the telephoto lens can actually be shields, and you can even put the flash on the shoulder of Spyglass or Spectro. Personally, the Spaceship Mode, it's more of a Cybertronian mode. It's not a recognizable Earth vehicle, so it just looks weird to me, so I'm not a big fan, but I do love the merged form of all three into the camera. So I definitely recommend getting this set if you haven't already bought it. It's a great homage. It has all these extra pieces that make it much more like a camera. And there's Kremzeek. So that's my review of the Reflector 3-pack, and I definitely recommend it. From me and my cats, thank you for watching this review of this awesome toy. Definitely recommend you pick it up. Check out these other videos over here. You can also subscribe down there, hit that notification bell. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As always, have fun and follow your fandom.